Hey everybody! This is Chase Petiche. I am here a little bit early with the live stream of this Sci Vision astrology update. I am here to discuss this current chart that we have. That's very exciting. And that's why I wanted to make a live today, because we've got a lot of cool stuff going on that I wanted to discuss. And I really wanted to bring in the energy of prosperity for you all to really kind of feel into that energy, to really root in on that energy, because that is the true activated energy of this new paradigm that I think that a lot of us empaths and attuned psychic, energetically attuned, sensitive people in the previous paradigm, we maybe had a harder time with that energy because there was so much gross materialization of our paradigm, right? That it was based in this energy that was very patriarchal, very based in a colonial, a colonization. I have lipstick on my teeth. Based in a colonization mindset. And it was a very a tough kind of paradigm for at least for me. It was tough for me, I owned my own business. I hustled. I, did what I had to do. But what I'm feeling in this new era, since we had the breakdown of materiality in 2020, what is getting currently rebuilt is a new energy. It is a new foundation from whence all of us can begin to operate. And it's really up to us to begin to establish ourselves in the truth of that, so that we can really begin to express that energy and not simply, be repeating the energy of the past. Really, what it's all about for this new era is it's about us empaths, sensitive ones, psychically attuned, to really get in tune with the power of our focus, the power of our energy, where our energy is, and begin to let ourselves align with the truth of whatever it is we're feeling in any moment, and simultaneously begin to pay attention to what it is we are focusing on. Because, in the previous paradigm, things were there was so much intense, there was such an intense buildup of our, of this system that was so exhausting, right? And so many of us were so inundated in that old system that now, and we have this new process and this new rebirth process of potentially shifting and changing all of that. So that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm just here looking at the chart of the moment, and the chart of the moment is really giving me a lot of exciting, and that's why I wanted to do a live today, because there's a real powerful aspect that is actually happening at this moment that I'm giving this astrology reading, and it is the moon conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius. And it's not just conjunct. Conjunct means beside, right? It's not just conjunct, it's actually exact degrees. It's the exact same degrees. It's 28 degrees, right? 28 degrees, that's 1 degree away from the final energy, the final degree of Aquarius. And so we have the moon conjunct Jupiter. What is it? What kind of energy is that, right? The moon is our undercurrent. It is our subconscious. It is how we instinctively react to things. It's kind of, in a way, our true selves. It's the self that we don't necessarily show anybody. It's the self that we, maybe hide. Our sun is how we come off. Our sun and our rising are our chi, life force energy. Our rising sign is our personality. It gets hard to figure out, right? It kind of gets hard to figure out which one is which. But the moon, because it's the feminine, because it's the subconscious, because it's the yin, is that internal, deep part of ourselves it's like a deep resonance. It's our intuition. It's how we react to things. It's the deep undercurrent that kind of guides everything. It's the emotion, right? That currently, so that's for the entire planet, okay? That currently, which means us, right? especially those that are very attuned, those of us that are very sensitive. We feel this energy the most. We're the ones that feel this energy the most, right? So they have the moon conjunct Jupiter, right? Jupiter is the planet of fortune. It's the planet of fortune. It's the planet of expansion. It's the planet of prosperity. It's the planet of constantly abundance. It is the planet of abundance. It is the planet of faith. It is the planet of, it's the philosopher. It's ruled by Sagittarius, Jupiter, right? So it's this constant energy where we're constantly expanding. We constantly have this joy and this joie de vivre, right? And with that, there is this immense prosperity because that is an archetype, right? Astrology is based on archetypes, right? Jupiter is the archetype. It's kind of like Santa Claus energy. It's this huge planet. They call it the great benefic. Benefic means good, right? Good giver, the giver of gifts, right? Now, nobody gives us anything. We create it with our energy, right? But we can open to receive it. And when we're aligned with Jupiter's energy, we are really in a receptive space. We're really in a receptive space. We're really in an excited space. We're really in a abundant, prosperous, fortunate space. And the reason why this is because Jupiter, one of the most important energies that and archetypal truths that rules Jupiter is the energy of faith. So this is exactly aligned with the moon at this moment in time. They're the same exact degrees and in the sign of Aquarius. If you follow me, if you have been following me, you know that I am all about the energy of Aquarius. I am all about this new era that we are in, right? This new etheric currency, this new energy that is building, right? That is part of a new paradigm. We are in the new paradigm, and I am part of the growth of this paradigm, just as you are watching this, right? We are part of the growth of this paradigm, and it is up to us to begin to harness, cultivate, and focus our energies, begin to take responsibility for our psychic power, to take responsibility for ourselves, so that we can open to this and begin to claim our birthright, begin to claim our prosperity, begin to claim our pleasure as we are meant to. In the previous paradigm, it was this paradigm of death. It was this paradigm of grind, kill, work your way hard, critical scarcity energy, right? The most abundant, beautiful planet. We have been trained somehow to believe that we have to fight our way and claw our way to the top. And the only way to liberate ourselves from this is to liberate from the inside out. And how do you do this? You do this through faith. And that is why we have this beautiful energy right now supporting us in the sign of Aquarius. The Aquarius is the innovator. It is the genius. It is the eccentric. It is way ahead of the crowd, right? It's the inventor. It's detached. It's elusive, but it's so far ahead of the crowd. It just doesn't care. It doesn't give no fucks. It's its own thing. It's doing its own thing. How many of you know Aquarians? Don't they have this amazing capability to be detached? Don't they have this amazing capability to just not absorb the energy of others, right? Carly saying, "Hey, Carly." I have Aquarians in my life. My mom's an Aquarian, and I've always watched her energy and how she can just detach. She doesn't absorb. Like I've always my entire life been this sponge that's just like, if anybody and anything is around me, I'm like, oh God, I feel every single thing that you're feeling and I'm exhausted, right? Aquarian energy and the age of Aquarius that we were initiated into on December 21st with the Jupiter Saturn conjunction that initiated the age of Aquarius is initiating all of us empaths into this new era. And what does that mean? What is the most important thing that is connected to our faith, that is connected to our abundance? Detachment, okay? This is incredibly important, and it's not detachment in a way that is that is harsh or that is critical or that is not loving. It's really detachment in a way that allows you to begin to prioritize your own energy field so that you can do the sacred work that you have come to this planet to do. As empaths, if we are constantly attending to everybody's energy all the time, we get exhausted, we get depleted, we don't know how to detach. And when we are in that space of not knowing how to detach, we basically become a slave to other people's energy. And we're constantly in a space where we're giving, which makes the giving, receiving balance extremely imbalanced. That has been the energy of the old paradigm, right? It's been overly masculinized, meaning not men, but the energy, the masculine rationality has been like the feminine energies of intuition and feeling have been serving rationality so intensely. And now in 2020, all that got wiped away. The energies had a chance to up level. And now we're getting more centered in the heart. We're getting more centered in the energies of intuition, empathy, energy. We see that with our new currencies. We see that with the prioritize, the loss of the shifting away from the materiality and into the etheric. Ethereum is the currency that is skyrocketing right now, right? A cryptocurrency that is not material. It's simply energetic. That is a very, very beautiful symbol of where we're at right now, right? That is the energy, the prosperity energy. That is the abundant energy. That is where our energy is getting placed on the planet. It's getting placed in these etheric, energetic portals, right? And so it makes sense that us empaths, the ones that are really sensitive, are becoming, our energy, our power is beginning to rise. And what does that mean? It means that our prosperity begins to rise as well. So this energy with the moon conjunct Jupiter at this moment in time, exactly at this moment, exactly where I'm talking to you from, right? This energy of the moon conjunct Jupiter, what does that mean exactly? The moon conjunct Jupiter means that our internal subconscious self is blended, is able to access, is living inside of, is open to this beautiful energy of expansive faith. Because you really can't expand in this world, right? You cannot expand your energy. You cannot expand your pocketbook. You cannot expand your wealth, your abundance, your power, whatever you want to call it. You cannot expand without faith. You can't expand with something to expand into. And faith is the container. Faith and trust is the container that holds us as we expand. If we don't believe that there is a place for us to expand into, we will always be keeping ourselves small. We'll always only be stretching our limbs about this far, right? Because we don't believe that we have the capability to actually stretch ourselves as far as possible because we don't have the faith, right? And faith, I think, is a really important, I'm curious to know about you guys because, the people that are really attracted to my work, because I myself was never raised or grew up religious. I never had religion growing up. And my mom was an Aquarian, right? She was detached. Aquarians they're away, they depart from the tribe, right? And so, but I always kind of wished I had some kind of connection to God, the spirit, like the spirit realm. I had nothing to tether me to, right? And this is what's happened in our mainstream culture as religion is kind of dwindled. Science has taken its place, but science doesn't have like a soul. It doesn't have an energy body, a creator, an omnipotent energy from whence we can all draw from whence we are all apart, right? So, I'm curious to know if you guys grew up having faith. What is your relationship with faith? Do you have faith? And if you do have faith, because we all have faith, but what do you believe that it is? How does it work for you? Because it's taken me a very long time to, Carly says, as a child, I always wanted that validation, but never got it. Yes. Same-sies, Carly. I always thought I was doing something wrong because I didn't get that validation. Like the validation from from religions, or the validation from, what do you mean by validation? But yeah, I forget what I was saying. When I was a kid, I always wished that I had, some sort of faith, and I would do whatever I had. I would kind of like, pray. I remember, getting an image of what God was, which was this like, man in the sky, which was just so not, but nobody ever taught me. I never read any book. I never had validation that I am exactly what I'm supposed to be. Right. Faith in yourself. Solana says, did not grow up with religion. I have a lot of faith now and deeper than ever into a spiritual journey that began in my teens over 20 years ago. I love that. Yeah. And I'm curious to know how you all developed this faith, because I think that this is really the thing that we're missing in our current day culture, right? Like, we have faith, but we've been trained, our faith, we've been trained into, one of my favorite teachers talks about how we have faith no matter what. Our consciousness is faith, right? But we are trained into having faith in certain things. Like, we were trained into having faith in scarcity. We were trained to having faith that we have to compete in order to get pennies, right? We are our faith. How is your faith in your life been directed? How has it been directed? In what areas has it been directed? And what do you currently believe in, right? And does it align with your spiritual truth? Does it align with what you really, really in your deep heart of hearts know what to be true? Solana says, losing everything, walking through the valley of the shadow of death gave me so much faith. That's it. That's exactly it. You just nailed it. Because I've done that. I can't, it's like the way to build faith in my life because I'm an Aries, I've had to do it with such intense, I've had to show myself, or I don't even know. I've had to do it in such a way where I do it so dramatically. My partner is always joking with me because I'm Italian. He's like, you're so dramatic. And I'm like, I know. Because I have to like have these moments where like, you like have to have something drop, like literally in order. And you have to go through kind of like a space where the only thing you can do is develop. You have no other choice but to develop faith. And it's usually those moments when I've like lost something massive, a person, a job, something that I believed somehow was my source. It's always coming back to this idea that something and someone is my source, right? And that when you lose that thing, you are, oh my God, lost. And you just lose that because that thing is the thing that gives you the faith, right? But really the most important pivotal piece in all of this is that the faith is only something that we ourselves can own. And it's an energy, a wholeness, a truth of our own being that is based in the absolute truth that our cosmic birthright, our cosmic divine nature is aligned with prosperity. This is the truth of the universe, but especially of planet Earth. When things are left alone and left to their own devices and allowed to be themselves and allowed to be, they are prosperous. It is the natural flow of this planet. And so with this moon conjunct Jupiter energy in Aquarius, we have this real, wow, Chase, yay! We have this real moment in time to be able to allow ourselves to attune, because the Aquarian energy is the innovative, it is the new, it is the future. It is the future energy, right? And it's really starting to allow ourselves to have faith in this future energy, which means beginning to attune and allow and trust and have faith in what? Our intuition, right? So the moon conjunct Jupiter is really enhancing this energy right now. It's really giving us a space and a place where we can attune to our intuition. So the way a conjunction works is it's like the moon could be affecting Jupiter, or Jupiter could be affecting the moon. It's always both, right? But sometimes it can kind of work in either way. So like the moon affecting Jupiter would be like the moon, you know, the deep underbelly of our what we feel, the deep underbelly of our deeper selves is coming out to be seen and heard and felt and communicated, right? That's because Jupiter expands whatever she touches, right? Jupiter affecting the moon would be this deep, like golden showering of faith and abundance on our internal selves, on whatever we feel, whatever we are currently experiencing. So if you yourself are kind of going, because I think that this is happening right now for a lot of intuitives and a lot of empaths on the planet, right? If we, a lot of the materiality in our structures are getting so restructured, nobody knows where they belong. And a lot of empaths are like, how do I find my way? How do I open myself up to limitless prosperity in this new world? How? And the in this moment, the reason why I'm making this video today is because when I personally have been feeling this energy. I have just been feeling this energy since the era of Aquarius has been initiated. I have been really feeling like this is our time. And it's not because we scrape and claw and manipulate and compete and our scarcity. It's a shifting energy to open ourselves up to allowing the truth of our own faith, the truth of our own belief to begin to allow us to expand into that. It's opening ourselves up to inner faith and outer faith. And so for me personally, that has been the biggest piece in the past, like I think especially since December 21st, which is when the era of Aquarius began. I have been like, faith has been my number one energy that I focus on, because I've realized that it's the entryway to receiving prosperity, to receiving abundance, to actually receiving. And so I started talking about how I started talking about this session today. I was talking about how as empaths, we've in the old system, we've been serving the rational, right? Because we're so based in the energetic. We've been serving the rational, right? Serving. And now things have shifted. There's been this huge cleansing and clearing, and now things have shifted, and we now can begin to receive. And the way we do that is by beginning to establish our energetic field and prioritize our own energy, which is aligned with creating the strong boundary, and simultaneously that is aligned with having faith. The faith is what creates the boundary. The faith is a simple receptivity to the truth of life, that life is abundant, that we do not have to go out there and claw and compete and see scarcity. It's beginning to take responsibility for what we see in the world and in ourselves, and to beginning to believe and have faith in the energy that is the natural rhythm of this planet, which is abundance. That is just the truth. That is the truth. That is the damn truth about this planet. But we have been trained out of that. We have been trained out of that. We have been trained to believe that because I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like this new energy, the old system, it just doesn't seem to, I feel like things can never go back to the way that they were. Do you guys feel like that? I feel like things can never go back to the way they were. And I'm the reason I'm making these videos is because I'm working that out. It's just a feeling that I have. And so the more that we begin to talk about establishing a faith, establishing this energetic field, beginning to faith is a simple faith is a simple receptivity to the truth of life. Right? That's just where I've been at. And I can't tell you, it's been it's like a deep release. And I don't know if you guys feel this, but like, I feel like up until 2020, I feel like I've had my entire life, I've been on high alert. Like I've been guarding myself. Like I've been in a constant state of like, what's going to happen next? Like my partner is always like, what? He's like, what are you always so worried about? And I'm like relaxed. Like, I'm pretty chill, but he's like, he's like, cause I'm on high alert. Cause I'm like this sensitive woman. And I'm like, what's coming at me? What's coming at me now? And I'm like, I have to be on high alert, which has created this kind of tension in me. Yes, that's me too, Carly says. Which has created this and I do think that men have this as well, sensitive men. I absolutely think it, but I do think that for women, there is something in our psyches that like we really like are just like guarded. Like we got like, we are just guarded, and I've realized that guardedness and that guardedness that protects my wounds, that has kept out pleasure, which is the opposite of being able to receive. If I stay guarded, which I did for so many years, because I had been traumatized, because I was from the collective consciousness of our planet and the world, because I was so sensitive, I was on the space where it was so hard for me to receive, right? Post 2020, something was like, something released where I didn't have to be on guard all the time. And that's what I think I mean when I'm saying I can never go back. I can never go back, right? Like I'm open now, and I'm open to receive. I'm open to establishing this energy. I'm open to help shift this paradigm. I'm open to abundance. I'm open to believing in my worth. I'm open to receive. And when you're guarded, you simply cannot receive. You just simply can't. This is a kind of a big deal for us, empaths and psychics and sensitive ones. This is a big deal, I think. You are a multidimensional queen. I love you, Carly. So are you, queen. So are you. Takes one to know one. And anybody else watching this, you are all queens and kings, all right? So yeah, I think on at this moment in time, I don't know what you guys have been working with. I mean, I'm assuming that if you're into my work, you do, you're on some other frequency, right? And you have ideas about new energies, about potentialities, about expression, about what you are feeling this new world is becoming. And now is the time to really open to that, expand that, and center in your faith around it, because that's going to establish it. There's a beautiful opportunity right now to really center in your faith around that. What else is going on right now? Okay, so that is happening simultaneously as we are having this Tauran. I've been talking about it. Currently, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus, and that is actually Venus and Mercury are squaring the Jupiter conjunct the moon. That's interesting. You know what that is? That's like, because Mercury is our mind. It's how we communicate. It's how we talk, how we speak. It's in Gemini currently. And Venus is obviously earthly, materiality, abundance, beauty, love, relationships. And that's squaring this energy in this Jupiter conjunct moon energy. And what that tells me is that there's this real conflict, because Jupiter is a transpersonal planet. It's a little bit beyond. Venus and Mercury are close. They're more rule our egoic energy. They more kind of rule ourselves. Venus is, it's closer. Jupiter is a further out planet. It's philosophical, transpersonal, energetic, right? So there's this conflict between the old energies of materiality and how we have known ourselves to communicate and believe in and receive in the old paradigm, squaring this Aquarian energy. The Aquarian energy A square is a tension aspect. It's a tension aspect. So it's like a difficulty, right? And so it's squaring this moon conjunct Jupiter energy, right? And so what I feel like this is telling us is that there's this real tension between the old and the new. And that is showing up everywhere. Are you guys feeling this? Are you guys feeling this? I think this is what I'm speaking to. This is what I'm speaking to right now. It's this tension between the old and the new, right? And we not only have that, the tension between the faith and the new, even when we're surrounded by a lot of what the old is trying to reestablish itself, and it's maybe making rational sense. Yes, totally. Yes. It's maybe making rational sense, but it maybe doesn't feel right. For real. Yes. But it maybe doesn't feel right. I'm curious, you guys want to share what's going on with you? I'd love to open up to that. It's helping me break past barriers. Yes. Me too. It's helping me break past barriers, and it feels damn good. It feels damn good. That's what Aquarius is really about. Aquarius is really about liberation. It's about freedom in the deepest sense, not in this like freedom. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be free. It's like, it's leaving the tribe. It's like absolutely thinking for yourself. It's deep self-individuation. It's absolutely allowing yourself to be completely authentic to who you are. That is squaring this old energy, meaning how we communicate and how we love, what our relationships look like, what they're connected to. Solana says, my old life collapsed and I am completely building something new, but I am building through, yes, girl, but I am building through receiving. Yes. I love your story. I feel like you've been through some shit, but you're getting it. Divine feminine and masculine healing. That's exactly what's been going on with me. I feel like the energies of the feminine and masculine were like working themselves out in this last, through 2020. There was such a collapse. And now I just feel like the feminine has such strength. It has such a stronger hold, It's my dog. He's got a cough. It's got such a stronger hold now. And we can really begin to, that's how I'm experiencing it. That's really how I've been experiencing it. Yes. And I'm so grateful for it. So yeah. And I really think that, I'm curious to know how you guys feel about receiving, like if it's something that has been something really difficult for you. And because for me, I feel like throughout my life, I've studied this energy, because receptivity, it's like the portal to self-worth, right? It's the portal as well to abundance. It's the portal to limitless prosperity. It's just, we don't have to do. That is the key. I am realizing we don't have to do. I was that energy of constantly being on guard that I had, that my partner's always pointing out, was mean that I constantly was having to feel like I had to be doing all the time. I had to figure shit out. I had to hustle. I had to make shit work. I always felt like and it was like this constant, knot in my stomach. Like I was never doing enough. Like I never was enough. Constantly outputting, right? This release I'm talking about is the divine feminine, and it's this open receptivity to the now, which is the portal to worth, because I'm allowing myself to let go and actually allow in what wants to come in without me getting so exhausted trying to fucking control it. And now that I'm simultaneously allowing and having faith in this force, in this deep force, knowing deeply that it has my back and opening to it. And as I do that, it's like one freaking foot in front of the other. And that's the whole energy with expansion in this age of Aquarius, right? This energy of expansion in the age of Aquarius. We don't know what's beyond what we know. That's what expansion leads to. We don't know what's beyond what we know. But the only way we can keep expanding if we do not expand is to have faith, right? So that receiving energy that we're talking about is directly linked to having faith in the etheric energies that kind of rule this world, this universe, and allowing them in. Beginning to allow them in. Solana says, yes, very difficult because I was afraid of my true erotic essence, innocence, and power. This is the truth, girl. I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm in the same exact boat. I've been feeling like, man, do I feel in my feminine power these days. I feel like a freaking goddess these days. I feel so aligned with, I don't know. I feel so unabashed about my body and my freaking yoni and my power as a woman and the ability to receive and the ability to allow in and this beginning to value. I love you. Oh, I love you too, Carly. I love you so much. And the ability to begin to allow myself, I think, I was so trained in the previous paradigm to just look at every single thing that was wrong all the time. And it's not something that is, oh, yes, Queen, you're so beautiful. Oh, I love you guys. It was not something that, I was trained, and you guys probably were too, just since birth to find every single thing wrong. And it's like, that's not supposed to happen to people like us, to queens like us, to queens and kings. We are not supposed to look at every single thing that is wrong all the time. We're just creating more of that. It's in order to receive, we must receive ourselves, which means allowing ourselves to receive our bodies, to receive our power, to receive the now without always paying attention to what is wrong. Right? Oh my God. Yep. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh yeah. So the other thing that's happening, and I've talked about this, but I'm always going to keep bringing it up because it's going to be happening throughout 2021 is, we have this Saturn squared Uranus, right? So Saturn squared Uranus, it was all lies. Solana says it was all lies. It was all lies. It was all lies. It was all lies. The way that we were trained was all lies for the men too. And the men are waking up as well. They really are. They're waking up. The women are waking up and the men are waking up. And all of us are like, this codependent crap is not what we're doing anymore. This thing where we like are diminishing ourselves, diminishing our own wants, diminishing our own desires, needing each other to complete the other, all that. Diminishing my independence, diminishing my individuality in order to need somebody else to complete it. None of us want to do that anymore because we're not able to shine. We're not able to express our true life and essence. We're not able to be truly abundant. We're not able to allow ourselves to expand, to have faith, to be in our power if we're in that energy. We're all waking up in it. It was all lies for control. Yes. So you guys are also free to ask any questions. If you have any questions while I'm on here, I was just going to talk about the Uranus, about astrology or anything spiritual. You can ask me any personal questions if you want, anything. I just love connecting because it's so fun. I love connecting with you guys. So the Uranus square Saturn energy that's been happening, that is going to be happening through 2021 is this energy of Uranus. It rules Aquarius, innovation, rebellion, revolution, right? It's squaring Saturn. Saturn is the old. It wants the control. It wants the systems. It wants the materiality, right? Oh, how long have you been with your partner? Oh, yes. Okay, I'll answer that in 1 second. I'm just going to finish this. This new energy that's coming in with these new currencies and the old, it's like the old is trying to hold on. And it's like the empaths, I feel like we are part of this new crypto world. The crypto to me is so liberating. I am like so into it. If you guys are not into it, like, and if you even want information or you want me to do a thing about it, you want me to talk about it, because I have so much information about it. And it is a way for us empaths, what's coming in for me, Chase? New everything, obviously, yes. And it's a way for us empaths to be able to grow our prosperity and grow our abundance. And it can happen from a divine feminine perspective and a divine feminine receptive, easy way. So Solana asked me, how long have you been with your partner? I have been with my partner. Well, we got together I met him in December of 2019. We were working together. And then he came down here in August of 2020. And we lived together for a while. He's my spiritual partner. He is my soul mate, soul life partner. He's the person which was really funny because yes, I do a thing. I'm super curious about crypto, but intimidated. Okay, I'm going to do a thing. I've been wanting to, because I think women really need an entryway, because I'm on this Discord with all these bros and they're like such a bro. And I'm like, where are the women? Where are the women in this situation? Right. Okay. But they're wonderful. They're wonderful bros, and I can bro out, but like, I also want to like be in a place of gratitude and like love with it all, like ease, anyway, though, back to the partner thing. Yeah, my entire life, I don't know if you guys have felt like this, but I am like so deeply sensitive and really kind of a weirdo. And I grew up chubby, and I was, had all these insecurities, and I just all I ever wanted was a spiritual partner. That's all I wanted, was a spiritual partner. I wanted somebody that I could talk to, that understood me, that saw me, that saw my power, that I could create with, that was on the same wavelength. And it was all I ever prayed for. That was all I ever wanted. And then I kind of let it go. I really did. I let it go. I kind of became so jaded with love and trying to find, I would never really go on apps. I would go on them sometimes and get right off, because I can't do that shit because I'm too sensitive. Yeah, this Alex, my partner, he just came to me. He literally came to me. And it's like when we first got together, it was like a miracle. Yes, so much insecurity and yearning for deep otherworldly love. It was a dangerous combination. Yes, that was me for a very long time. And if anything, what I believe about this work that I've been doing is that like things are they've been continuously coming at me for me. Like, as I continue to live the beliefs and the things that I say here, because a lot of when I'm talking, I'm getting messages, half the time I listen to what I said, because I'm like, what the hell did I say? Because I need to listen to that and follow that. But it's wisdom that's embedded inside of me, but it's also stuff that I myself need to hear. But I literally, like, this is my own, what I'm taught, what I'm saying is like deep study, but also communication, cosmic communication. And, as I've chosen to live in my integrity and truly live these values and be a person of integrity, things have come, it's like a magnet, like, because I've chosen to live in a place of faith, and I've chosen to live, and I've developed the energetic discipline. I've developed the energetic discipline that it takes to keep myself in a state. Not that I don't acknowledge or do shadow work with things that are very dark. I've heard we teach what we're learning. Yes. That's been the case for my life. And I've realized that is my life. That is what I'm supposed to be doing here, is teaching, and then doing what I teach, and then teaching and doing what I teach, and then growing and doing it all along with all of you. Because this bullshit old school hierarchical model where the teacher is perfect, no way, Jose. Those times are over. We're all in this together. And all I can do as a teacher and collaborator with you. Oh, I love you, Carly. It's so beautiful to witness. All I can do as a teacher and collaborator with you guys is to be on this journey, put myself out there, be as honest and transparent and vulnerable as possible, but to grow with you, because all I want to do is empower you, and all I want to do is empower myself so that we can begin to really ground the energies of the new, ground the energies of this new era, stand in our worth, own our prosperity, ground our power. And as I've done this, and I keep facing my blocks, I keep facing my shadow, I keep working through it. I've developed an energetic discipline around it, really into 2020. That was my deep, deep, deep intention at the beginning of 2020, was that I was going to I was about creating my own energetic boundary, establishing my energetic field. And I've been working diligently at that. And it has built my worth. It has built my power. And things have started shifting for me in such a powerful way. The prosperity has grown, the abundance has grown, the pleasure has grown as I've opened myself to really establishing it, which means the boundary, the energetic field. So I have a course that I've created that was basically the energy that was delivered to me in 2020. I call it, it's my boundary course, but it's not just about boundaries. It's really about establishing your energetic field so that you can bring in what you want and beautifully decline what you do not want. Become the queen or king that you are, and truly rise up into that and begin to own a life of prosperity and abundance, because that is our birthright. It is our birthright. We deserve it. We deserve it. And we don't just deserve it. It's not the thing that I've been realizing is that it's not something that's outside of me. It's simply something that I must accept. And that I was listening to one of my teachers, and he was talking about how faith is an acceptance. Faith is an acceptance of the abundance of life. It's an acceptance of the prosperity of life. And so that's really what I kind of come back to every day. I'm like, am I accepting the truth? And can I let myself let go into that truth? Because the faith and the trust is where we let go, right? When we're in control, we're tense, and tension cannot receive. So it's the cultivation of the faith and the trust, which allows us to let go, which then allows the energy in, right? Fire, girls. Do you guys have any other questions? So I think I'm going to do like a crypto beginner. I'm going to do like a femme crypto beginner. Maybe that'll be my next thing. That was so profound. Thanks. I've been on the journey, guys. This year has been so intense, and I just feel myself like just taken off into hyperspace. And I want you all to come with me. I want us all to do it together. I want to empower you the best that I can. I want to do everything that I can do so we can all do it together. Yeah. Is there any other questions about Annie Thurn before I finish up here? Just looking at the chart, just trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Yeah, I think that Carly says you are the mothership. Thank you. Thanks. I'm going to accept that. I've been accepting my cosmic lineage. I was born at 11:11 universal time, and I finally am opening up to my 11:11 lineage. And I don't know exactly what that means, but I just have this knowing that I am of an 11:11 lineage, and I am here to relay information that is of the 11:11 cosmic order. And this is part of the energy. This is part of the transmission. This is the transmission. This is the 11:11 transmission. How often do you do these lives? I do these 11:11 mothership. I was born at 11:11 universal time, and that's just the truth. And I have a very strong feeling with 11. It's my numerology number. It's just my truth. So, and I feel that very strongly. Galactic Goddess. Yes. I do these lives. I'm going to start doing these lives, I think every like 3 times a week. So this is my first, is this my first one this week? So I'm going to be doing them 2 more times. I might schedule them. I'm on Instagram. My name is Chase at Chase, CHASE, BUTTICE. Here, I'll put my Instagram. I'll write it on here. At Chase, BUTTICE. That's my Instagram. And 11 is my soul number 2. Hell yeah, I feel that, Solana. I feel it with you too, Carly. So that's my Instagram, and I post on there, and then info@chasebuttigieg.com is my email, and you can get newsletters from me. But basically, and you can also get, but if you follow my YouTube, then you'll pretty much get a notification. But yeah, they're kind of like impromptu. So I'm going to try to be on a schedule so you guys can know when to come on. I'm going to think about that. The next one, I'm going to do something on crypto because it's what I'm into right now. I'm like really into it. And it's really fun. And I want to give you guys an insider's guide so that you can get into that shit, because we should not be, I've talked to so many empathic people that are like, I'm intimidated. And I'm like, no, you can't be intimidated. You got to jump in. You got to do it. It's like literally you press a button and money literally comes to you. Like if you do beep, boop, bop, boop, beep. Oh, it's pretty fucking easy, guys. Okay. Literally this one app I'm on gave me like $5 in Bitcoin the other day, and it's up to like, or Ethereum. And it's just like, you guys, like money is not anything anymore. It's really becoming an energy. The more we can tune into the energy, start to attune to it, the more it will come to us. It's really moving beyond the materiality of it, right? Girl, cool girl, thank you so much. You're welcome, Solana. It's an honor to talk to you and to have you on here. Same with you. Help me, girl. Carly, I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to help you, girls. I'm going to help you, ladies. It's such an honor to be with you here. And I'm so grateful that you guys keep showing up. And yeah, I'm building this YouTube channel. My intention for this YouTube channel is to open the 1111 lineage, to assist and guide the empaths, the sensitive ones that want something to tether to in this new era, so that we can all build together. So if you think that my work can help anybody, please share, only out of true intention of healing on this planet. That is my deepest intention. It's not for any other reason. I am here to assist and guide and heal and help. And I'm doing all this work on my own as well. I am healing in process. I am not perfect. So we're all doing this together. So, oh, yay. You guys, you ladies are so beautiful. Yay. All right. I'm going to go now. And thank you for showing up. And I'll see you. I'm going to probably, let's say, what's today? Today is May 4th. I'm just going to plan the next one. I think I'll do it the day. So I'll do it on Thursday. I'll do the crypto one at 5 o'clock on Thursday. Okay. And if you miss it, you can always tune into my channel and watch it because it's always recorded. Okay. So, all right, y'alls. I love you alls, and I'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Bye.